Hello, lads. It's me, Ingram, and we've got a guest again.
It's
Same
me.
person, same
Again.
person. But today, we're not talking about Leicester. No, we're talking about a much bigger club in terms of stature, but maybe not so in results.
Oh.
Today, we're talking about Manchester United and a big new signing they made. Obviously, they have signed Casemiro.
From Real Madrid.
Yeah, 60 million, I believe it was. And so, tell me, what do you think this will help Man United this season?
I think the signing is huge, in my opinion. They've clearly lacked a number 6, a defensive midfielder, for a long time. McTominay and McFred is not having any of it.
You're not backing McFred?
No, never have, never will. I don't fully understand the signing of Eriksen, to be quite frank with you. I didn't think that was the hole that they needed to plug in midfield. But they seem to have finally got their man. Obviously, they've been chasing Frankie de Jong this whole summer. Haven't managed to get him. They've gone to the other side of Spain, to Real Madrid, and got Casemiro. It's a decent signing.
Yeah. But I do not, as I say, I do not believe this is the right area of the team to fill. Because
It is, though.
They've already got their midfielders, haven't they? They've got the Eriksen, the Bruno, the McFred, Donny, Van der Beek.
Where is the central defensive midfielder, though?
McTominay, he's your ideal fight for the bad style player, like the old style of Roy Keane. You know, he goes in with the tackles. He's a one-man team.
But this Manchester United squad and team and their ambitions is no longer in line with players that are just going to fight for the badge. They need high-quality players, and especially in that number 6 role, they need a world-class number 6, someone that can play on the half-turn, take the ball off of the centre-backs, take pressure off the likes of Harry Maguire, which are struggling due to the fact they've got zero protection in front of them. Need a player that can stand there, take the ball off, and be used in the transition to attack. And especially in a Ten Hag team, he's needed. In any team, he's needed. I think it's a perfect signing. Obviously, he is getting older. So, you know, age isn't necessarily on his side. I said this in my video. He'd either age like a fine wine or like a child actor. We'll see.
No, we're not all child actors that bad, you know.
Most of them do drugs, but we'll see if Casemiro ends up doing drugs.
Yeah, hopefully not.
Probably.
No steroids for him.
Probably. Anyway, so where do you think they should have spent the money, though?
Well, as we know, we've had a bit of issues with Mr. Ronaldo.
Yeah.
And he's been a bit mardy. He's not exactly been the ideal team player that Man United need, and the proper idol that they're looking for to help bring that locker room up. Because I'd say they'd be ideal with bringing in a striker similar to Ronaldo, but a little less on the ego side, shall I say. Obviously, every football player will have an ego because they obviously all want to be the best, but Ronaldo's just slightly up there above the rest.
Yeah.
And I just feel like they could spend that 60 million on a very decent striker like a Duvan Zapata or maybe Iniesta or something. I don't know.
Oh, wow. Rogue shout there. Well, look, I don't think this is the video for this conversation, but I don't think Ronaldo is a help to this Man United side. And due to the fact him coming out going, in 2 weeks, I'll speak, and things like that, and clearly wanting to leave so badly that he was tempted by Atletico Madrid of all teams. I think he's becoming a hindrance on this Man United squad. So, do they need to get rid of Ronaldo? Yes. Does that mean they need to replace him now with a striker? I don't think so. I don't think Man United are aiming to win the league this year. They should be aiming for top 4. That should be their aim. And I think they can achieve top 4 if they spend that money wisely, like they have done, and spend it on a 6 in Casemiro.
Maybe, I've got an idea. If they do get rid of Ronaldo, maybe they don't need to buy a striker, like I said before. Maybe they could just go from and win this team, because they've got multiple players in this team that can play striker. They've got Martial, they've got Rashford, Alanga, maybe not the best shooter, but he's got enough technical ability to be able to score.
Yeah.
You got some youth players, like that Charlie McNeil guy. He's quite young, been very good for them in the youth academy. Damani Mellor, he's that guy. Iqbal, I think his name is.
Yeah, if I can drop some tactical knowledge on your head tops really quickly. What we saw with Ajax in this Ten Hag's team, often the wide attackers would often be a key asset into them going forward. And they'd almost push in a 4 to the box with 2 dropping as they... Oh, you know the sort of the Lampard late run, right? complete opposite to that, essentially. So the 4 run in, the 2 attackers, wide attackers, are out sort of inverted, sort of on the wings, and then the 2 in the middle would run in and then drop and use that as a cutback.
Yes.
Essentially. So I don't really feel like they need an out and out number 9 main man that's going to spin off defenders and things like that. Although I think that obviously will help. I feel like the likes of, like you said, Martial and alongside him Bruno Fernandes, I think could be used really well in that spot, because I think we're seeing that he's not at his best when you're the playmaker. You're the person that's going to make this team tick. I don't think that's where he's best. I think he's best slightly further up the field, in behind a striker.
Well, it's been shown that Mr. Bruno Fernandes performs better when he is able to freely pass the ball to whoever he needs to and have a little bit of run of himself. Because we've seen it when Ronaldo in the team, the whole team is sort of performs less, because Ronaldo's obviously the guy trying the stat pad.
Mm-hmm.
And Bruno last season before Ronaldo came, Man United as a whole performed better. Like Maguire was a lot better. Bruno was scoring a bunch of goals. His best season of his career in that first Man United season. You had Rashford being in like one of the best young players in the world. Martial will be the best player in the world, as he says.
Well, let's take it back to Casemiro. It's a very solid signing, like we said.
Yeah.
But a born winner. He's won everything you can imagine with Spain, with Real Madrid in Spain, and it's a perfect signing. Do you think they'll look to add more into that midfield later on in the transfer window? We've only got a week left.
Well, I do believe that Casemiro is a good signing. He's been brought in to fill that reunion with obviously Ronaldo. Maybe it's like a last gasp to try and get Ronaldo to stay.
Oh, okay.
But, bringing in his former friends, his former winners, helping him bring in some proven winners, Not many of the Man United squad had won many things, like, continentally.
What I would say is a lot of what I've seen some of the Man United support base saying is, they've spent years now, this board, not getting what managers want. We've heard rumours of all these players that Ranić wanted and that just go to other clubs. For instance, Luis Diaz. Ranić wanted Luis Diaz. He's now at Liverpool. This board has messed over the managers constantly throughout their time here. They're a parasite on Manchester United, I think it's fair to say. Do you think now it's reached breaking point and they've gone, right, here's a few players, patch over everything, and then there'll be no more good investment in the future? Or do you think this is just a cover-up for other things that they're doing?
Well, we've seen from previous owners that they'll do something to help keep the fans under control. Because I feel like when the whole Super League happened, they were in trouble. They were in real trouble there. Obviously, it led to Ed Woodward leaving. But I feel like they have done this to get the fans on their side a little bit. Obviously, you had that incident with the bus getting attacked by a bunch of fans ahead of the Liverpool game. But I don't know. I do see them bringing in maybe a couple more signings that he wants.
Yeah.
Because obviously they did try to get a bunch of old Ajax players. They're currently in a mate for Anthony, who I do feel would be very good for them. But they're kind of already filled with wingers. But yeah, I don't know. They've done this deliberately to get people on their side, I'd say.
Definitely, 100%. Well, I think it's working. So, where did you think Man United would have finished without Casemiro?
Well, I'd honestly think they'd finished top 10, but not like, maybe 7th or 6th.
And where do you think they finished with Casemiro?
With the help of defending, he's very good at defending, so I'd say maybe 5th.
5th, okay. There we go.
Again, what's that? Conference League?
Yeah.
Conference
Europa League.
Europa League, Man United back where they belong.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. That it? Everything?
Yeah. That's everything I want to say.
Yeah, same. Alright. Well, yeah, so we'll obviously have the link back to his channel again. And this has been Ingram Waffles. So, we'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Please.